full name engraved on the slide. This is truly a priceless gun, perhaps one of the most
Let
valuable
me
of
see. I think
Beretta's
this
entire
belongs to this.
collection, not just because
What?
it's full auto,
Let me see.
not
This
just
one doesn't.
because of the engraving, and not
A
just
smoke
because
gun.
it's made out of freaking gold, but because it belonged to Big Mo himself, one of the most
But I helped
opulent
you
and
find it.
notorious despots of the 20th century. We have a ton of
Are you
content still
serious?
from Beretta. We were there in April and May, and we took probably a terabyte of videos. There are plenty of videos still coming from
Well, at
Italy.
least I
Make sure you
tried.
subscribe. Make sure you stay tuned to TFB TV.
And I've
But we're
been
just glad
good.
you're watching. Take care.
What?
Good pain in the fucking asshole.
All the men out there trust this woman.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
They say, run, run,
Oh my God, dude.
run, don't look back.
I heard you. Now, can I
They
please?
said, run with all your might.
Stupid. That's so dumb.
Why? Because it's true. You know it's true.
All the men trust this woman, don't they? Right? All y'all?
I want to find that piece, man.
Freeze, asshole.
Fucking-
Super Special Agent James Reeves. You're under arrest for not watching enough TFB TV. But you know what?
Oh, shit.
What?
Ooh, I almost fired his gun.
Because today on
Uh-oh.
TFB TV, we're talking about
Close
the best
one.
handgun ever.
I did. I almost shot it right now.
Oh, shit.
I was about to pull the trigger and like, yeah.
What a retard. I mean, excuse me. Just a bad word. You should know how to
Think back to 1987. You were alive back then, not a baby. The top song was "Walk Like an Egyptian" by the Bengals. The first episode of The Simpsons aired on TV, and Ronald Reagan told
Baby,
Mr.
your baby.
Gorbachev to take down this wall. And that same year, the FBI carried out grueling testing of 9 different handguns to see which was the most reliable and accurate. I got my hands on a copy of this report. I'm going to summarize it and review the results with you today on TFB TV, the FBI handgun test. Apparently, back in the 80s, YouTube didn't exist yet, and therefore no internet experts consult
I might need
choosing
him
a
later.
handgun. Accordingly, the FBI received frequent requests from local law enforcement agencies seeking advice on selecting a sidearm. The Bureau decided that what they would do is take a bunch of hotshot agents, get an FBI gunsmith, take them all out to the range with 17,000 rounds of ammo and 9 different pistols to test accuracy, reliability, durability. The Bureau also made recommendations to these departments based on other factors such as reputation of the manufacturer, the ease of obtaining parts for the guns, getting aftermarket support,
It's
and
not
the
going to fit
cost
that
per
one.
unit
That one
for
says
the gun.
Toshiba on the thing.
Often these tests get bogged down purely in
little bit
performance,
bigger.
but the FBI also wanted to give
Yeah.
cash strapped
Okay.
departments other
Okay.
considerations to look at when making their sidearm pick. So let's talk about the contestants. There were 9 guns, but really it was like 6 guns. You got the Glock 17, Glock
Little
19,
baby.
basically the same gun. The 19 is just the compact version. of the
What?
you have the 226.
Why are you looking at me like that?
220, both in the Sig Sauer. The same
Baby,
gun, the
what?
9 mil.
Are you looking at me like that?
You have the Smith & Wesson 645 and 45 ACP and the 459 and 9 millimeter. Again, basically the same gun. And in
Max,
addition to the
what's
story
wrong
guns,
with
you
you?
also had the Beretta 92, the Ruger
Oh,
P85
no.
pistols. In addition to those heavy hitters, there was a dark horse in the mix, a little-known pistol called the ITM AT-84. At least that's what I think it was, because the FBI report repeatedly lists the AT-84 as being made by IMI, or Israeli Military Industries. I don't think IMI ever made.
What's wrong with you, baby?
So this is probably
Why are you in that corner by yourself?
to ITM.
Hmm?
I could be wrong, but I mean, certainly if we're looking at a bureaucratic government agency, that's a private expert, I would absolutely trust the federal government. Right, guys? I guess it's a moot point anyways, because the FBI said that the test required the ability to decock the gun without pulling the trigger, and because this high-end
These poor dogs.
should not
I'll
do
pick
that.
up the trash, don't worry.
I don't know
Oh,
that
one of them
if
fell on
the
the vent over there.
They don't have a decocker either, but like I said, just
Max, why are you in that corner over there? I don't know why he's in that corner, let me tell you.
He likes that corner.
And it's funny to me that there were only two 45 ACPs in this test.
No, I don't know why
The
he's in
FBI
that
was
corner or what.
shut up about how great 45 ACP was and how all the agents agreed it was a better round than 9mm. Of course, 45 has since fallen out of vogue with advances in 9mm performance, with the FBI itself switching back to 9mm. There's an interesting minor note in this about the 1987 report, which states that the new 147 grain 9mm subsonic performs just as well as at the time 45 ACP. But apparently there was such a huge dick measuring contest.
Dick. Did he say D-I-C-K? Did it sound like he said dick? And he probably said deck, D-E-C-K. Max, why are you in that little corner, baby? Why are you?
So if you thought it was only YouTubers and internet bulletin boards
What's wrong,
that
baby?
calibers, apparently back in the 80s, it was so hotly
What?
contested among the FBI that it literally prevented them from doing their jobs. But now the
Are you okay? What's wrong with you? She freaked out or something.
Let's talk about durability first, because this is a quick one. As you can imagine, all of these pistols are pretty durable, so all of them but one got a perfect durability score. All of the guns
What are you
dropped
doing?
3 times from 3 feet, which actually sounds
Hey,
really
bro.
empty to me, but whatever.
It's not the answer,
Drop a
man.
gun in real life.
Yes, she
probably gonna be
does.
from
But why is she in a
at least
hurry to
3
go
feet to probably 6 feet from the
somewhere?
ground, depending on how tall you are, where you're dropping it from. So all of them passed this test. The next test is the infamous Frisbee test.
Mavis, what do you want to go
Frisbee
outside
fell
for?
15 feet, once on each side. Now we're talking. All of them passed this too, surprisingly. Finally, kind of
Phoenix-
random, they
Mavis.
bashed the trigger guards with a mallet.
Huh?
All of the guns
What is
passed
that?
this test, except for the SIGs. The mallet strikes caused the trigger guards on the SIGs to actually bend into the trigger, functionally destroying the guns, rendering them totally inoperable because you can pull the
What?
trigger back. I'm sure there's a reason
Who?
why they
Here, this might be the one.
unusual test.
It
If you
probably
know or
is.
you want to take a guess, guess on
That's
it.
what I was
Oh,
telling.
no.
So for durability, FBI saying
Well-
it's
Try
the
it, though, it might
same
work.
For one of them.
reliability.
It works
The
for one
3
of them.
most
I'll
reliable
pick up
guns
this
in
trash.
Might be it.
S&W 459, which
That's
averaged
the one I was telling
500
you that I
rounds
seen you put in there, remember?
the SIG P226,
Here, try that
which
one.
averaged
I seen
600
when you
rounds.
put it. I seen when you put it
And the
in your
Beretta
purse.
92, which averaged nearly
It's playing.
1,200
No, but I
rounds
did see you
without
put it.
stopping. So this is unsurprising because in the military's S&W test, just 3 years
I'm
before,
scared.
these were the
Said
3
you
most
didn't see
reliable
nothing.
handguns in that test, with over
Those are
3,500
petrified.
new rounds being stopped.
Mavis, why are you
But
under the
looking
bed?
at the FBI test, 3 guns got perfect scores, 25 out of 25. The SIG
Yeah,
P226,
You can see her
the
tail
Beretta
right
92,
there.
and the
Mira, no la
SW
embudo.
645. The 645 only averaged 300 mean rounds between stoppages. The 459 was almost twice as reliable as the 645, but the Smith
Estamos
645 got a higher
grabando.
score because
una
the
criminal.
459 lost its rear sight during the test. At the same time, the 645 got a perfect score even though the safety lever kept coming loose during the trials. To give the 645 the same score as the P226, which was twice as reliable, or the Beretta 92, which was 4 times as reliable, absolutely shows a bias towards the 45. And unfortunately, the other 45 in the test, the SIG P220, suffered from numerous mag-related failures, so it averaged
It might work.
failure every 4 boxes of ammunition. The Glock 19 and Glock 17 had a staggering
What?
It'll probably work.
failure every 50 to 60 rounds. I would
Why are you
just as soon
petrified,
believe I
huh?
saw a Hickok 45 kick flipping down the street with a do-rag with
Not
a
me,
massive
ho. What's your
blunt
name?
from his mouth.
Forgot your name
I
already.
believe that any Glock
I was gonna say Savage.
ever will malfunction in every
Just I
box.
forgot his name out of the
However,
blues.
it makes no sense
Bandit.
to put
That's what I was trying to say.
The notes say that they counted failure of the slide to lock back after the last round the same as the
What?
failure
Who's
of
in
the
trouble?
track. And they said the Glocks often failed to lock open after the last round was fired in the magazine. There was no mention whatsoever of actual failure to the Glock to chamber around, just the slide failing to lock back, which could just as easily be caused by the shooter's grip.
What?
In other words, it's hard to tell from these
Who's in
numbers if the
trouble,
Glock
baby?
had any real issue with sight length, which I would say is more significant, or if you just had these 45 caliber loading
What?
mouth for either FBI agents riding the slide stop and then blaming the gun for it. There's also a note about the Glocks leaving light primer strikes and unspent rounds. I'm just saying, chamber around.
Why is everybody petrified?
Look at the primer on that round and tell me if that's ever been a problem for you. So clearly,
The
this was
people
just
outside
Glock character assassination
and
by
the
Bureau.
And Phoenix, man.
In last place, one of the
I'm
two
fucking
test
around.
Ruger P85s died after fewer than 500 rounds, and the other P85 died after only 1,500 rounds. This probably explains why there may be 2 police departments, a handful of target security guards, and the Iraqi army that have ever used the Ruger P-Series as a duty gun. Finally, the accuracy test. The FBI tested combat accuracy and made an effort at testing mechanical accuracy. So for mechanical accuracy, what do? The agents shoot from a seated position at a target 50 yards away, and when they realized this didn't really mean shit, they gave all the guns a perfect score for having good enough accuracy at this range. 1987 FBI thought it was a good idea, but I wonder what 2022 FBI would think about shooting at a pro 50 yards away with a handgun while sitting down. The FBI then engaged in 3 drills for combat accuracy: 2x2 drill, a 5x5 drill.
What, Bandit? Why that mysterious look?
Huh?
He's got like a mysterious look, Bandit.
The main purpose of doing this was to see if the Glocks gave agents their advantage. Specifically, Glocks are striker fired handguns. They don't have hammers.
It's still yours, but I'm just gonna borrow it.
What?
Holster that's
Borrow what?
Double action. That is, the trigger pull will
It doesn't have a battery, so it's not going to charge.
It's not.
Just plug it in when you want to use it.
Those trigger pulls
unplug it when you're done.
Okay.
There's no battery. I had to take the battery out. Remember, it was swelling up.
Was it? What happened?
Remember?
Is it?
That one battery that's up there, yeah. That's it.
That's the battery. 10 to 15 pounds per
Yeah, I need to order one then.
And then a 3 to 6.
They probably don't have them anymore.
Now it's unclear whether it was on accuracy or time or both. But
if it doesn't work, I'll just throw it
No,
away.
you won't. You give it to me. You already gave it to me.
Oh yeah, I was gonna just borrow it though.
The Smith & Wesson's got 74.
Oh my god.
SIGs, same
It's worse than it already is.
72 and 68. All right. The instructors made a note that SIG sights were bad, and this was probably back.
Are you done talking?
Look at
sights. What puzzles me is how the Beretta 92, which I love to death, but it does have an awful double action trigger pull.
Let's see if all these phones work.
66.
What?
One of them did because it vibrated.
The Block 17, which has a larger
One of them vibrated.
can certainly outperform that.
Why did it vibrate?
I don't know.
60.4. So the 2 SIGs and the 2 S&Ws, they're
One of them did when I was carrying them.
pretty much identical scores because
It's cute.
the same gun. So why then did the 2 Glocks get split by the 92? And just because I'm not surprised, I'm not sad.
There's another trash.
I got you.
Great gun.
What's
Yeah.
going on?
This
The next test was a 5x5.
conniving.
That's to say, the shooter got 2 magazines,
Because they're
5
jealous.
rounds each.
There's
They shoot
your
the first one
thing.
They're
dry,
just
they
jealous
load the second
people.
one and shoot it dry.
And
So
there's
it
your
was actually a
thing.
fantastic little drill for
Don't give them no wings.
because it tests all of the major
Stop
all of the
messing with
major
them like that.
functions of the gun in order. The slide lock to make sure that the gun locks open on the last round. The magazine release to make sure you can easily eject an empty magazine. The magazine well and magazine seating when you reinsert a mag, and then the slide
This
release to
one
drop
works.
the slide on a fresh magazine. Great little test. The SIGs both got an 81.
Help me, Lord.
I think the 220 and the 226
Please don't
still
help
have
me, Lord.
virtually perfect controls to this day, so I'm completely unsurprised.
Help me,
Both
Lord,
of the
I
Smith
said.
& Wessons got about the same score, roughly 76 points. This makes sense because they're
I need your help, Lord.
well with
Why do you get all this help and nobody
time,
else?
and they're pretty similar. The Beretta 92 got a 69, nice. And again, with the Bizarro Glock scores, the Glock 17 this time has a higher score of 63, and the 19 is lower with a 59. Not only did they switch positions, but they're 4 points apart, with all of the controls are in the exact same place. They're all the exact same. The dimensions for purposes of this test are identical. Hell, there are dimensional and weight differences between the Smith & Wessons
Help me, Lord.
and the SIGs.
Oh my
it
God, I'll
makes
pick up that
more
trash,
sense
okay?
If like the 220 and the
I'll
226
pick-
had different scores. But not the Glocks,
I'll
because their
pick up-
controls, magwell, everything, they're identically configured and in the same
I'll pick
caliber.
up the trash
So
in
how
a
are their
minute.
scores that different? We're out here at Thunder Ranch. We decided
No, you have to
we
do
are
it now.
No.
So I bought 5 of the guns that were used in that test, including the Beretta 92. Now, of course, this is the LTT model, but it's got the standard trigger. That's important. We've also got a Smith & Wesson 6906. Not the same Smith & Wessons that they used in the test, but again, close enough. We also, Ruger P89, turns out. I've actually had this one for a while. Love this gun. This is pretty close to the P85 that the FBI used in their testing. Then SIG P226. This one's made in 1988. It's a JJ date code. This is going to be virtually exactly like it was used by the FBI in their tests. And then finally, of course, Glock 17. Although this one is a Gen 3 Glock 17, most likely they would have been using Gen 1 or Gen 2 for those tests. We got a few shooters out here. We're going to line up at 7 yards, shoot into an A zone target, and we're going to ask everybody how they felt about their runs and have a good time. James Reeves, ranking, I would say, these were actually all pretty good. These were all actually pretty good. I was surprised. I thought the Ruger and the Smith were going to be shittier. I guess we'll say Glock, Beretta, SIG, which I love the 226. All three of those are great guns. That's so hard. And, you know, I guess I like the Smith better than the Ruger, but I like all these guns, and I felt like I shot them all pretty well. Guys, my good friend Johnny B. Rank them for me 1 to 5 and give me a couple comments.
Number 1, the Smith & Wesson. I just thought it was just smooth, and overall it feels good because it's metal, and I like metal guns.
Okay.
Number 2, the Beretta. I know, but I just like that trigger on the reset. Number 3, the Ruger. It's big. Beat the bad guy with it. Number 4, the SIG. It just felt like a big piece of machinery, German machinery in my hands. And number 5 is the Glock. Feels like a Glock.
So I tried to go in with an open mind, considering I've got a lot more trigger time with some of these. Right off the bat, the Smith & Wesson, I did have issues with it. The mag wouldn't drop free, and I actually cut myself on it. So I would say that's probably the worst, even though I did shoot a tight group. Ruger would be next. Probably the SIG. Third place, the Beretta ran really smooth for me, so I'd give that the second place, and just my speed and accuracy with the Glock, I'd have to say number 1.
I'm just gonna borrow it. Okay.
Good shooting,
That's not what I was
good time.
I'm getting
Dude, that was, I told you that was probably your best one.
Grand Base with GB guns, shoot a lot of pistols.
I'm
And
getting
of
all
these, the
confused.
best game fit shot me is Glock. Top for me, Glock of course is simple. The Beretta, and it might be that I have a background with it. Then the SIG, and then Ruger Smith are kind of tied for last. There's no fourth place in that.
Yeah.
Not all ARs are created equal. Each St. Victor is built to professional standards and loaded with features to deliver ultimate performance under extreme conditions. The St. Victor from Springfield Army. Never a victim, always the victor.
Oh my god. My head hurts. I'll pick up this trash right here, okay?
But all
Let
well
me
then,
pick it up.
final course of the FBI's
Let me pick up this trash.
PPC qualifying course, which was at the time 60 rounds.
I
from
am
distances
picking up
of
by your
7
trash.
to 25 yards.
Just
away.
for
I'll put the
you.
course of fire on screen instead of going over it one by one. It's a little long, but it's thorough. A perfect score is another point. Surprisingly, the CP20
Okay. Just relax, okay?
No, I can't. No, I can't.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Copper Jacket TV. So the video that you're about to watch was filmed yesterday. And yesterday, November 30th, when my buddy Nathan and I made the video, we were unsure of when this provision was actually going to start. Well, he called me up early this morning and said, guess what? It started today. So as you watch this upcoming video, just keep in mind that this new law is now in effect. This video is sponsored by BulletSafe. BulletSafe makes some of the best NIJ certified vests available, like the BulletSafe VP3, which I personally tested extensively. BulletSafe vests are comfortable, concealable, expandable, with hard plate pockets in the front and back, and allow the user a full range of motion. The ballistic inserts are 100% made in America, And their level 3A vest can stop up to a 44 Magnum, which can put out over 700 pounds of energy at the muzzle. At this time, BulletSafe is having a great sale, so if you're a security professional or just someone who values their own safety, check out BulletSafe. Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Copper Jacket TV. So I am here at the legendary Spartan Arms in Las Vegas, Nevada, with my buddy Nathan. He is the manager over here. And we're going to be talking about something that's going to affect a lot of people really soon, which is the so-called Bipartisan Safer Communities Act. As part of that act, one of the things that's going to happen, I don't even know the date. I don't think you know the date yet. No. But what's going to happen soon is that anybody who's 18, 19, or 20, you're going to be immediately placed on hold, and that's going to have like I said, an effect on a ton of people. So we're going to be talking about that today, and Nathan's going to give us some inside information. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so what do you know about this act so far, and this particular provision in it?
So looking into the bill, the first thing that we know is any individual in a firearm in the age of 18 to 20 is going to have a background check that is going to be delayed immediately and looked into further.
So immediate delay.
Immediate delay.
Because we only get delays normally when there's like a similar name or something pops up, right? There might be a delay to clarify.
Court case.
Yeah, stuff like that, right?
Anything like that.
But this is, if you're 18, 19, or 20, immediate delay regardless.
Immediate delay. So it's going to be from what I've read, it's going to be a 3-day delay immediately, and then they would call back if they needed further time. It can be up to 10 days total, and those 10 days are business days. So that means 2 more weeks.
And that doesn't include holidays either. So that was one of the things I was reading. So let's say you come in on a Wednesday, Thanksgiving is Thursday, right? So there's nobody there on Thursday. So you have Friday would technically be your first business day.
The first business
after
day.
You came in on Wednesday, and then you have the weekend.
Really?
Right?
Yes.
So by the time you get to your second business day, you've almost gone a week.
I don't
With the
play
holiday,
those
you're
games.
going to be close to 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, this is a whole for everybody. So 18, 19, or 20. So that, I mean, it's going to have a big effect. Obviously, what this does, I think, is it's going to discourage a lot of people who are, happy that they're finally 18. They can go out, they can get their first thing. They're going to be super excited about it. I think it might slow them down from coming in if they know that they're going to be put on this long hold, because nobody likes to wait. We're like instant gratification society now, right?
Correct.
So that's why with my concealed carry permit, I come in, I give them that, I can walk out the same day, at least according to Nevada law. But what's the reason that they're putting the hold on these
I don't play those
adults? I mean, really is what they are, adults.
So the reason they're putting a hold on there is to look further into their mental health record and their juvenile record. Which, I mean, this is the first time they've ever looked into any juvenile record for anything.
So they're going to look at any disqualifying factors. So I assume anything that would disqualify you as an adult would also disqualify you under your juvenile record. And then mental health status, we know that that's one part that's been really, really vague so far. So I read the entire act, and it doesn't really say what is a disqualifier as far as like mental health
It
goes.
does not. It's subjective.
Yeah. So what happens after that? So let's say you get the 10 days, you decide to release it, right? And then they come back to you, let's say like a week later, and with a denial. Can they still do that, or how does that work?
As far as I know, they can still do that.
Okay.
And if they do come back with a denial, then they're going to have to turn in that firearm.
So similar to the 94 Clinton bill, which sunset in 2004, this has a sunset also, right?
Yes, 10 years. It's really interesting that they've done this, but maybe that was one of the reasons why we had so many Republicans vote for this bill. There was 14 congressmen and 15 senators that helped push this bill through.
Yeah, honestly, it really makes me sick because they don't think about the implications or the ramifications. What they're doing is they're just like, the Democrats want to take a mile, right? But we'll just give them half a mile for now, just so that they'll be satisfied. What they don't understand is half a mile still hurts people.
Absolutely. I mean,
it's death by 1,000 cuts.
It's chipping away.
Yeah.
It's just chipping away at our rights one little bit at a time.
We wanted to make you guys aware that this is something that is coming down the pipeline. It was passed by Congress, and it was signed by the president on the 25th. So you're going to, expect a letter from the ATF or a phone call letting you know, hey, this has started?
Yeah, usually that's how it goes. We'll get a letter about 30 days before it's going to go into effect. And then that'll give everybody time to prepare and get a new procedure in place.
Yeah. All right. It's not good news, but it's at least best to be aware of it. If you're somebody who's going to be turning 18 soon and you've been looking at something, or you're 19 or 20, just be aware that this is coming down the pipeline. And once your FFL knows when, I'm sure they'll communicate it to their customers in some way when you walk in or whatever. But I want to let you guys know about that. I want to thank Nathan from Spartan Arms here in Las Vegas for letting us do this here, and giving us the information. So you guys have a good one.
Huh?
Okay. I'll put this princess. I don't really get to put it on camera. Okay. I like it. Very flashy.
Look how good the projector looks.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Oh,
Family
what a
is
screen.
anyone that you love. We have everybody in our family. Neighbors, friends, cousins.
It doesn't have to be my blood.
Someone that loves me to death and that won't wake me up from my nap. Because I've chosen them and they've chosen me.
You left your light out over there outside.
Known as a symbol of freedom to its admirers and an assault weapon to its detractors, the AR-15 is one of the most controversial weapons in America.
It was in the
Lightweight and
bathroom
easily
counter.
customizable, AR-15 style weapons have skyrocketed in popularity in recent years, taking center stage at gun ranges and shooting competitions across the country.
They're also light and they're also adjustable.
I guess you
So
went
for
to
women,
the restroom and
it's
left it
a
up
choice
I do
because
that a
it's
lot.
something
I need
that
my
they
sunglasses.
feel safe and secure behind.
I am smaller and less capable to handle violence, and a firearm is the great equalizer. I go to bed at night comfortably and do not worry about it at all because I have an AR-15 beside my bed.
According to the most recent national figures, there are an estimated 393 million civilian-owned firearms in the U.S., and there are 20 million AR-15 style weapons in the country. Firearm manufacturers have seen revenue surge, taking in about $1 billion from the sale of AR-15 style weapons in the past decade.
New gun owners who have never owned a gun before are buying firearms by the millions because they're afraid, and they are making a life decision to change from being a non-gun owner to a gun owner.
But the weapon has been involved in a number of mass shootings. In recent years, AR-15 style weapons were used in shootings at a nightclub in Orlando, a music festival in Las Vegas, and at a high school in Parkland, Florida. More than 120 people were killed in those 3 attacks.
I'm on the phone with him doing this. He says, there's more bullets or more shots, whatever he said, and I could hear the faint sound on the phone.
Wow.
And those were the shooter on the 3rd floor killing my daughter, my son's sister.
Critics argue that AR-15 style weapons are aggressively marketed by gun companies, targeting at-risk young males.
The cat is out of the bag, so to speak, with this number of assault-style weapons owned in the country.
So what is behind the popularity of the AR-15, and what responsibility do gun makers have when their products are used in mass shootings?
What do you mean? That's like holding Cadillac or Ford or
The AR-15
GMC
traces its
or
roots
Chevy
to the
or
early
Nissan or
1950s.
Toyota.
This is the Armalite AR-10, the modern combat rifle, a lightweight, rugged, and versatile weapon that combines the accuracy of a sniping rifle with the firepower of a machine gun.
Following World War II, the U.S. military was moving away from bulkier standard-issue rifles like the M14. Armalite, a small arms engineering company based in Hollywood, California, at the time was designing military-style rifles using later materials like aluminum and fiberglass. Its AR-15 rifle was first tested by the U.S. Army in 1958.
AR actually stands for Armalite Rifle, not assault rifle as most people think, but it was developed in the hopes that it would be ultimately taken up by the military.
Financial difficulties forced Armalite to sell production rights of its design to Colt Industries, one of America's oldest gun makers. In 1962, Congress approved a batch of 8,500 AR-15 rifles. The weapon, later designated the M16, made its debut in the Vietnam War. Returning soldiers were early adopters of the civilian version of the rifle.
A lot of soldiers came back and liked it. And so the prospect of being able to have a civilian version of that rifle was something that was appealing to them.
By 1977, Colt's AR-15 patent ended, allowing other manufacturers to make their own version of the weapon. The gun gained additional followers for its lightweight design and ability to swap out components like stocks, barrels, and trigger assemblies.
And so that makes it very attractive to shooters that want to take this to the range for a number of different reasons, because, for lack of a better word, they can play around with it. They can modify it.
Oh my God!
And, you know, they
You're
go to the
forgetful.
range and they can
Oh
see
my
other
God!
people
Look
have
at that.
done this or that to them, and they can talk about it.
In 1994, an assault weapons ban prohibiting the manufacture, sale, and possession of specific
I'm still looking
military-style
for the cord
firearms
for
went into
the.
effect.
It's amazing to me that we even have to have this.
It's gone. I just want to empty the whole thing.
I mean, how long are we going to let this go on?
Although the ban outlawed semi-automatic
Shut
weapons,
up.
it may have also inadvertently contributed to the popularity of the AR-15.
There is also a cachet about this rifle that has come about because of the controversies surrounding it. Just like anything else that is forbidden, there is going to be, for some people, an immediate attraction of that.
In 2004, after the ban expired, U.S. production of AR-15 style weapons surged from 131,000 units in 1995 to 2.2 million units in 2013.
Only a couple manufacturers, as late as 2004 or 5, produced AR-15s. They were a fringe sort of military police thing. They were not ubiquitous like they are today. Now they're the very center of firearms industry marketing, and they're wrapped up in political identity and radicalization and extremism.
Gun culture in the U.S. shifted as well, according to one analysis, from a focus on hunting and recreational shooting to an emphasis on